Donald Trump has angrily lashed out at Rusty Bowers, the Republican Speaker of the Arizona House of Representatives, because Bowers was basically not happy with the fact that Donald Trump's supporters were, threatening him and harassing him after he refused to overthrow Arizona's 2020 election results, which, of course, is what Mr. Bowers told the January 6th committee about a month or so ago. So, Donald Trump, apparently still fuming because of that a month after it happened, gets on Truth Social and says this. Remember, Arizona, your so-called speaker, Rusty, an appropriate name because he is rusty, just like steel gets rusty and weak, Bowers, is absolutely terrible. He is weak and wrong on everything, including your horrible open border and your pathetic election counting. Vote him out. Arizona, in case you're not familiar with, does not have an open borders policy, just as no state in this country has an open borders policy, except, of course, unless you're talking about one state having people travel to a different state, which is, of course, just regular travel here in the United States. But either way, Donald Trump decided to go scorched earth against Rusty Bowers because, of course, today is the Arizona primary. Donald Trump doesn't want Rusty Bowers in charge of the House of Representatives in Arizona anymore because, again, all Rusty did was not help Trump overthrow the results of the election and then told the January 6th committee what Trump's people had wanted him to do. That's the crime there, folks. Just telling them, like, hey, here's the truth of what happened. But apparently in MAGA world, there is no room for the truth. And you will, of course, be punished for it, as Mr. Bowers was, not just from Donald Trump's statement, but he was actually censured by his own party last month for speaking to the January 6th committee. But Mr. Bowers was not going to back down, and he was actually given the opportunity during an interview this week to get a couple shots in against Donald Trump. So here is what Mr. Bowers had to say about Donald Trump. I have thought at times that someone born how he was, raised how he was, he has no idea what a hard life is and what people have to go through in the real world. He has no idea what courage is, and the last place on earth that I would want to do evil would be the state of Arizona. I'm going to come back to that part in just a minute. They rule by thuggery and intimidation. So, they found a niche, they found a way, and it's fear. And people can use fear. Demagogues like to use fear as a weapon, and they weaponize everything, and we all know it, but that's not leadership to me to use thuggery. Mild criticism, to be perfectly honest with you, and of course I think this is what really is pissing Donald Trump off right now, but the last place on earth you'd want to do evil is Arizona, so are you saying, Mr. Bowers, just out of curiosity, are there places in America where you would do evil? Because I don't know, that statement from you, like the last place in the world I'd want to do evil is in Arizona. That's weird. Like you didn't have to add that to your statement at all, right? Like that doesn't add anything of context or anything of value to your statement. So in the future, maybe just say, I don't ever want to do evil. And end it there. Like, don't put qualifiers in there. Like, hey, if I'm going to do evil, I'm not doing it in Arizona. Maybe Florida. Who knows? No, just, I'm not going to do evil, period, end of sentence, and then move on. Yeah, just a personal thing there for you to possibly listen to or not. But either way, Donald Trump is unhappy that some Republicans in this country weren't willing to do his bidding. And if you're not willing to do his bidding, as we have seen over the last year and a half, he's going to come after you. And of course, as I mentioned, Bowers himself was censured by his own state Republican Party for the simple crime of telling the truth. Now, I am in no way trying to defend Rusty Bowers. Okay, I don't agree with him politically. This is not a guy I would want to sit and have a beer with. But in terms of being a good little Republican, Bowers has been. He has done what the Republican Party has wanted him to. But he spoke to the January 6th committee, told them the truth, and that's the cardinal sin. Once you do that, there is no going back. The Republican Party hates you. So now, Rusty Bowers, of course, is disliked by the Republican Party, still not liked by the Democratic Party. So he's got no friends. And that's what happens when you turn your own political party into the cult of Donald Trump. Hey everyone, this is Aspen. And did you know that for the low cost of $0 per day, you can subscribe to the Fair and Balanced YouTube channel? We also encourage you to like, comment, and share. But again, click that subscribe button and help Aspen not be so grumpy.